Okay, so the jet coming here with relative velocity, it is coming here, and after hitting the blade, it will get deflected here. So this angle is called deflection angle. This one, this angle is called deflection angle. Deflection of jet angle, deflection angle. Okay, so in this problem, what he said is the jet is deflected through 120 degrees. Remember, the jet is deflected through 120 degrees. So this angle is given as 120 degrees. Okay, so you can see here one concept already I said. If between two parallel lines, if this is a line, so if it is theta, so we already know opposite angle will be also equal to theta. So same thing, if take a horizontal line at this plate, so this is also equal to theta here. For this VR1 line, this is actually a straight line, VR1 is theta, so opposite this will be theta here. Similarly, phi here, so this will be phi. Nothing but vane angles will be this one. Theta plus phi plus 120 degrees is totally 180 degrees. That is the thing here. Okay, so whenever a word deflection angle is given, you need to remember the angle given is this one. If he is given the vane angle at outlet, so that is beta star, which will be with horizontal here. So these 2 points are very important, remember it. Okay, so deflection angle is nothing but here between this VR1 direction and next VR2 direction. What is angle deflection is VR2. Sorry, this deflection angle. Okay, right. Now we'll go for the next slide. First, we'll write out the given data. So what is given? So first V1 value is given. So V1 is 15 meters per second. Next U1 velocity of the blade is given 5 meters per second. Next, as the vane is symmetrical, so definitely you need to see the question and then you can take this. As the vane is symmetrical, theta equal to phi. Right. So for finding theta and phi, you can use this deflection angle. So angle of deflection is 120. And now if you see this VR1, right, its total angle here is 180 degrees. So sum of these three angles will be equal to always 180 degrees. Theta plus phi plus deflection angle gives, summation gives 180 degrees. So that I have taken here. Angle of deflection of the jet, theta plus phi plus 120 is equal to 180 degrees. Here you can see that. So theta plus phi equal to 180 minus 120, which is 60. So since it is symmetrical, we know that theta and phi both are equal. So from 60, both are equal, both will be half. So theta equal to phi equal to 30 degrees. Yes, any doubt here? How you got this theta and phi equal to 30 degrees? So once again, I'll tell. So total angle here is 180. Theta plus phi plus 120 is equal to 180. So theta plus phi becomes 180 minus 120, which is 60. So since both are same for symmetrical, theta is half of this 60. That is 120. Sorry, 30. So 30 and 30 will be our angles. Right. So after this, we can use, for finding the angles, we can use a sine rule for the triangle at the inlet and at the triangle at the outlet. Right. So already we got two angles, that is theta and phi. So for the remaining angles, we can use sine rule. So see here. Right. So conditions already you know, since the plate is smooth, VR1 equal to VR2 and the initial velocity U1 and U2 always will be same for a plate. Right, so that things have written U1 and U2 are 5 meters per second, VR1 equal to VR2. So what we are doing for finding alpha, so I need to find alpha first. So for finding alpha, I am going to take the sine rule for between A, B and C, this triangle. Okay, so this triangle A, B, C, A, B and C. So I will draw a little bit again here. So like this. This is A, B and C, and remember here we are having of 30 degrees, which you already found out, theta 30 degrees, this one. So what is the inside angle? Can anyone tell what is the angle here?
180 minus 30.
Yes, 180 minus 30 is 150. So I got this right. Okay, 150. So why I'm taking this angle? Because for sine rule, we need to know opposite length divided by sine of this angle will be equal to the that formula. So that's why I'm taking this one. So here we know we have alpha. What is this value? This is V1 and down we have U1. So for finding alpha, I will use this one. And here we know this height, this side we have VR1. right? So now you can see by applying the sine rule for this ACB, what we have V1 by this opposite angle sine of 180 minus 30. Already I wrote here like that only, right? So 180 is the total minus 30. If you do, you get this 150. So V1 equal to sine of 180 minus 30 should be equated to next line. That is U1 is the size of this U1 divided by sine of this angle. So this angle, if you see how you got, you can see here. If you draw a horizontal line here it is 30. So this full length becomes 30 again. Okay. Okay. So the inside angle becomes 30 minus this alpha. Right. So U1 equal to sine of 30 minus alpha. So from this you can find alpha. So alpha equal to, tell me the value of alpha by calculating this. So V1 value already we have 15 meters per second. U1 is 5 meters per second. Yes, tell me the value of alpha. If you have any doubt here, how you got this, I'll tell 30 minus alpha. Can I tell again? You want me to tell again how you got this 30 minus alpha?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So just I'm erasing this. Already understood how you got that. Just I will explain the angle how you got that. Right. See here, this point, this line. So what we have 1 second. We have V1, VR1 and one horizontal line. Just I'm taking that on. Alpha, this is 30 degrees, theta, right? So these two lines, I'm taking one horizontal line. If you take a horizontal line here, so you can see already I said between two parallel lines, this angle will be equal to this angle. So now if you see this angle will be equal to this, for this line you see, only for this line, this will be 30, yes or no? 30 here, and same way this is full angle is 30 now. Understood? What is this? Full angle is 30. And now you see this line. Here it is alpha. So what will be this angle? This will be also alpha. So now you can understand what is the inside angle. Total is 30 minus if you do alpha, you will get this angle. Okay. So X is angle between these two lines, which is nothing but 30 minus this. So that's why it is U1 by sine of 30 minus alpha. Yes, any doubt now? Hi, Prasad.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, I think it is clear now. Just I'll erase this. Not. Right. So now you can find alpha value. So alpha equal to, anybody who has solved this? Fast, please. We don't have time. Alpha equal to, yes, how much time you need for calculating this alpha value, please? Okay. Yes. What happened? Anil, you're calculating or not? Shashi? Respond.
Sir.
What happened, Anil?
Nothing, sir. Sir, I got 19.47.
Yes, anybody with different answer? Okay, so after finding alpha, so again for finding the VR1 value, again you can use the sine rule. So for same triangle you can see, because VR1 also is in the same triangle. So VR1 by opposite angle is this alpha. So VR1 by sine alpha equal to anything you can take, U1 by remaining thing or V1 by this angle, anything. 3 will be there, no? So in that we are using this one now. VR1 by opposite of sine angle is sine alpha. Okay, so VR1 divided by sine alpha equal to V1 by sine 180 minus 30. Yes, alpha value is already there, that is 19.47. So now you can find VR1. So VR1 equal to, yes, please, some of you please check this whether it is right or not.
Correct only, sir.
Okay, right.
VR1 9.9.
9.9 meter per second. Anything else? Point something? 9.9.
9.999.
9.999.
Means approximately can we take 10? 9.999, 10 meters per second. Okay. Okay, so VR1 equal to VR2 already we know. Next we'll go for the outlet triangle. We need to find. So already we know, since it is symmetrical, theta value and phi value will be same. That is already found out, 30 degrees. Right. So now from the triangle here, outlet H, E, and G. Okay. So if you take this H, E, and G, VR2 cos phi, horizontal component of VR2 cos phi is equals to U2 plus VW2. Yes. Are you able to see the diagram clearly? Right. So this one, U2 plus VW2 is nothing but horizontal component of VR2. So VR2 cos phi equal to U2 plus VW2. Phi value already we know. So that's why we can directly use that first. So phi is 30 degrees. So now you can find VW2 is VR2 cos phi minus U2. That is 10 cos phi, 10 cos 30 minus phi. 10 cos 30 minus phi. What is the value?
3.660.
3.660. Very good, right? Next, similarly, we can use vertical component of VR2 as VF2. So VR2 sin phi equal to VF2. So VF2 equal to 10 sin 30. 10 sin 30 value.
5.
5. Okay, 5 meter per second. Right. So by using the since we have phi value directly, we can use this. Right. So now from the triangle HFG, H, F, and G, it is a right angled triangle. At G, it is 90 degrees. You can see. So what we know, V2 square, nothing but hypotenuse square is equals to side square plus side square. So V2 square equal to VF square plus VW square. So already we have VW2 and VF2 values. Right. So substitute the values of VF2 square plus VW2 square. And if you want V2, under root of VF square plus VW2 square. So V2 will come
6.196.
6.196 meter per second. Right. So after finding all the V2, VF2 and VW2, now we can find beta value by using tan beta equal to opposite side VF2 by adjacent VW2. Tan beta equal to VF2 by VW2. Right. So tan beta equal to VF2 by VW2. So beta equal to tan inverse of 5 by 3.66.
53.79.
53.79 degrees is the beta value. So this is the value of beta. So if you want to find beta star, this one, this is beta star. So that is nothing but angle made by the absolute velocity at outlet with the direction of motion. So beta star equal to 180 minus beta. So 180 minus 53.79, you can calculate
126.21.
0.21. So this is beta star. So in the previous problems, he has given this value. So the jet coming out of the vane angle, right? So we can find that here, beta star as 126.21 degrees. Right, after finding beta star, so finally he's asking us to find the work done per second per unit weight of water striking the vane per second. So already we know work done is nothing but velocity force Fx into U. So Fx formula is rho A VR1 into VW1 plus VW2 into U. If you do, you will get work done per second. So work done per second divided by weight. Weight is nothing but M into G. So M is nothing but rho A WR1 into G. So rho A WR1 and rho A WR1 gets cancelled. Sorry, VR1. So finally, what is the formula? Work done per weight will be 1 by G into VW1 plus VW2 into U. Right. So substitute the values of VW1. Right. Have you calculated VW1? Right. How we will get VW1? That is V1 cos alpha. If you do, you get VW1. Okay, we'll write here. V1 VW is equals to V1 cos, see here, VW1 is nothing but horizontal component of V1, V1 cos alpha. Okay, so here you can find VW1. So what is V1 given? 15 cos alpha value is 19.47. So find VW1 here.
14.14.
14.14 is the VW1 value. So now you can use this VW1 14.14 here. So 14.14 plus VW2, what you got here? 3.66. Then you can find U value is already given 5 meters per second into divided by 9.81. Just tell me the value.
$9.072.
Right, so 9.072. Remember here the units will be Newton meter per Newton. Okay. Work done per weight units. Work done is Newton meter per second actually. And here again weight per second. So second gets cancelled. So remaining will be Newton meter per Newton. Okay. So if you have copied this, you can leave the class. Time is over. One second. Attendance I have not taken.
Sir, previous slide.
Previous slide, okay. Yes, Anil or Shashi, any one of you, please send me the screenshot of the attendance. Right, everything we'll get from these triangles only. So these triangles are very important. So please practice these triangles because in the next coming units also we'll have this turbines also.